Wow! Please, do it again!
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It is April 24th, 2024. Today marks 1 year clean for me, and without getting too sappy or sentimental, I'm here to share with you kind of ideas that I want to share with you. Could essentially, turn into a job for you and help you get better at math. And I just wanted to share with you guys some of what I've learned in the last 3 years of living a real world job, so to say, going from teaching tutorials of Magic and pursuing pro wrestling in my 20s to working with a deck of cards and making more money than I ever made dealing Magic, which is I've been dealing cards, poker, in some popular poker rooms down here in Southeast Texas for the last 3 years since the pandemic or so. You can make a lot of money. It's a pretty lucrative gig. You sitting on your butt, and I'm gonna try to, for any of those of you interested in how to make money with a deck of cards, aside from, Magic, then this is a great alternative, secondary thing you can, take on. And it's going to polish your math to a heavy extent, and it is going to hopefully set you up to be able to sustain a lifestyle for yourself where you're able to take care of yourself, really. And in a typical job that might be whether it's minimum wage or even up to like $25 an hour, and then you take the taxes out, and then you're working 40 hours a week, so like you're making $3,600 a month once the taxes are taken out for putting in 40 hours a week, like $1,000 a week, and then subtract the taxes. Don't leave a lot of playing room in this modern day and age, 2024. So I'm going to create a series of videos, and this is why I'm dressed like this. This is my work attire. There's a black button up with a name tag. I got a fanny pack in here to collect tips, tokes, chips from poker players, as I am in the center of the table officiating the game. The official kind of, hey, you can't do that, or this is allowed, this is not allowed. And you'd be surprised how much money you can make for sitting on your butt at 30 or 40 or 60-minute increments in a nice air-conditioned room, depending on what part of the world you're in. I'm going to show you how to find local poker rooms or casinos for yourself using an app that I would recommend, and I'm going to try to gear you up to ultimately prepare you for an audition or a series of auditions in whatever room of your choosing at when the age is allowed, or maybe that age is now, and maybe this is something you never knew of or thought of or dabbled with. But I got teaching in my blood, educating in my blood. As much as I taught Magic, or Disturbed Reality was known for Magic, I really honed in on trying to teach you guys how to be a magician more than teaching you Magic. And same here. I don't really necessarily plan on teaching you too much, poker or how to win gambling. That's not the point. I'm going to teach you how to be a dealer and how to, hold down the table, and, the do's and don'ts of, gambling addicts up to 9 strangers at any given point, and you're going from table to table, 9 strangers here, 9 strangers there, 9 strangers there, 9 strangers there, and you can use tools that I've taught with, showmanship and the Magic world integrated into still holding a deck of cards. And instead of putting on a Magic show where you're jumping through a bunch of hoops of building your repertoire and your act, and you do shows for free, and then you ultimately get to a point where you start charging for shows, and at your your big gig, you can make like $400 in like for 2 hours of Magic. I've made over $500 dealing one hand before, and I can average, $25 per table on average, and a table lasts 30 minutes in some rooms. In other rooms, it lasts 40 minutes, and on the bare minimum low end, $15 in 30 minutes, and then on the super high end, can get like $90 to $100 in 30 minutes. And so if you're doing like table to table to table to table, like $30 to $40 a table, $70 an hour. And the best part is, some rooms, there's busy rooms, there's not busy rooms, there's seasons where it goes up and down, but there's always going to be poker players wanting to gamble. And depending on what part of the world you're in, or country you're in, or state you're in, you can either commute or gear up to mentally prepare to be a traveling dealer. I'm not a traveling dealer myself, but there's a lot of areas and places where you can deal cards, and you ship the right pot to the right person. You can get a reasonable chunk of change in 2 minutes of your time for just sitting down throwing cards around. And with that, thank you for sticking with me and checking in on me, seeing how things are going. I've been thinking about doing this tutorial series for a while, educating you on how to create a living for yourself, still with a deck of cards, but not, with Magic in this, secondary world. You're going to be shocked at how good your math is going to get at this, all right? I mean, just disturbing. You can throw out a 3 random digit number, 935 times 3, and I'll be able to tell you 9, 18, 27, that's 2805. Check it. 935 times 3, 2805. And that was just, random. I'm going to be reverse engineering this. Essentially, I'm going to be starting with the most challenging, hardest stuff first. And if you can start to digest and wrap your head around, we're not going to be doing mechanics or how to read cards or how to throw, a pitch card or board texture or rules and any of that stuff necessarily. We're going to start at the end, how I wish I was taught. I had to learn the hard way, which is going through like the normal steps. And I'm going to be starting at the end with the hardest stuff, and if you can start to wrap your head around the hardest stuff, by the time we get to the easy shit, oh my god, it's going to be cakewalk for you, boys and girls. Especially if you're a girl. You make stupid money as a dealer, just being a female, surrounded by older guys with a ton of money sitting in front of them. Some of these guys got like down payments for houses in front of them, like $10,000, $20,000. The better you get at this, the better position you'll be to get better opportunities to sit at deeper step games with, more generous patrons. In addition to that, I do hope to create some other, videos relating to Magic and creating your own brand and, other DJ music related personal ventures for myself. I don't have a schedule, so hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because these videos may come sporadically. I'm going to try my best to organize them in a eloquent, easy to digest manner, but the first several series of videos is going to be, screwing with your brain a little bit because we're going to be getting into math right away because that's the hardest stuff. If you can get your head around this equation to calculate the pot, to regurgitate quickly how much money is in the pot so you can communicate with the table and keep the game flowing, that's the hardest stuff. If there's $150 in the pot and then some dude bets 75 and the next guy calls 75 and the next guy says pot, you have to be able to do 75 times the previous bet times 3 plus the drag plus the pot, which is 75 times 3 plus the first 75 plus the original 150 that's in the pot. That's going to be $450. So it's just, yeah, 150 in the pot. This dude says 75. This guy calls. This guy says pot. You got to be able. 450 is the new bet. And then this guy's turn to pot, and he says repot. Then you got to be able to do 450 times 3 plus 75 plus 75 plus 150. That's basically 75 plus 75. That's 150 plus the 150 that's in the middle. That's 300 total plus 450 times 3. 45 times 3 is 135. So 1,350 plus 300, 1,650 is the new bet. So, oh! Let's get into that in the days and weeks to come. And I'm going to be actively paying attention to the comments and trying to, answer that, and that's going to help build, what I'll be putting out, in the next video, stuff of that nature. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is what I kind of just did, and I'm not really going to explain much, but I just wanted to plant the seed, have it marinate in your head. The formula for calculating the pot is the previous bet times 3 plus the drag, if there is one, plus what's in the pot already. Alright? Alright. Well, thank you guys for joining me so much, and look forward to this tutorial series. And as you gear up and you get closer to this, every poker room or club, you might hear me call a room, you might hear me call a club, casino, whatever, is going to have a different dress code, uniform, so to say. So, but when in doubt, when you're showing up for your audition, you wear black on black on black, black button up, black belt, black pants, black shoes, and a plain black fanny pack, and hopefully they'll provide a name tag for you. If you don't know, my name's Evan. My friends and my family call me Evan. You might know me as 120. If you guys have any questions before I release the next video, lay it out, and I'll whether I answer in the comments or answer in a corresponding video, I'll try my best to make it happen. This is a very nice, relatively lucrative way with no education to make shit. I made $1,400 cash last week, and I think I worked like 34 hours. Something like that. Yeah. So, and I'll run some further numbers in the future of just like, keeping track of your numbers, helping you with that, and also, give you some of my real time, real deal. Like, oh, you won't believe this. I made $86 at a Texas Hold'em table the other week, like last Tuesday. 30 minutes, $86. Just had a really nice table, and they liked me, I guess. So, lucky me. And then I went and did another 30-minute table. And before that, I did another 30-minute table. So like an hour and a half, it was like, probably close to like $200 for just sitting down. Oh, hi. Give you guys all my love, and thank you so much. Peace out.